What if I told you that your clutter isn't the real problem? It's not what you're decluttering, it's how you're decluttering. You might be making some common mistakes that are actually setting you back, and you're not alone. I've been there too. And today I'm diving into 8 decluttering mistakes that you're probably making. I'm going to share my own experiences and give you the fixes that actually work. By the end of this video, you're going to feel confident and ready to tackle that clutter once and for all. Okay, let's get started. If you're anything like me, clutter can feel overwhelming. I used to think it was just about throwing things out, but the truth is, it's more about mindset, strategy, and learning from your missteps. Over the years, I've learned a thing or two, mostly by making mistakes. Isn't that how we all learn? Today, I want to share the big ones I see people making all the time, including ones I used to make and how to avoid them going forward. So let's take the pressure off, keep it real, and figure this out together. Mistake number 1 that I see a lot of people making is decluttering without a plan. Here's the thing. Going into decluttering without a game plan is like grocery shopping when you're hungry. Never a good idea. You're going to make a mess and end up with things you didn't need, or in the case of decluttering, leaving things you did need to deal with. I used to think I could just walk into a room, start just grabbing stuff willy-nilly and call it productive. Spoiler, that almost always ended with me surrounded by piles of random things and feeling even more overwhelmed and less motivated. So what's the fix? Let's get specific. Start with one small space, like a single drawer, like that small, or one corner of a room. Set a timer, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. That's plenty to get the ball rolling. And have 3 bins ready, one for trash, one for donations, and one for items that need to be relocated. Trust me, having this structure not only keeps you on track, but it's going to make the whole process feel way less daunting. Mistake number 2 is buying the organizers before decluttering. I'll be honest, this one is hard for me to admit because I love a good set of matching bins. And there's something about organizing products that feels so productive. But here's the catch. If you're buying bins before you've even started decluttering, you're just organizing your clutter instead of eliminating it. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a problem instead of addressing the root cause. Instead of running out to the store right away, here's what I do now. First, I declutter. I go through everything, decide what's staying, what's going, and only then do I figure out what kind of storage solution I actually need. And the bonus on this for you, measure your spaces before you go shopping for containers so that you don't end up with bins that don't fit. I've done it. Or worse, more clutter disguised as organization. Mistake number 3 is being too sentimental. Let me tell you a story. When my kids were little, they were basically mini hoarders. They'd come home with treasures, rocks, sticks, even a random brick that my daughter found on the shore of the beach. And of course, I kept it because she was so proud of that washed up brick. But that brick, it now lives in my garden because I couldn't let it go. And if I'm being honest, I've done the same thing with their baby clothes, their artwork, their report cards, even the ticket stubs from movies we saw together when they were little. The fix here isn't to go cold turkey on these sentimental items. It's about balance. So keep the items that truly matter, the ones that spark a happy memory, and let go of the rest. You don't need to keep all of the baby clothes. A great tip is to keep photos of the sentimental items before you donate them. That way you can revisit the memory without keeping the physical clutter around. Mistake number 4 is decluttering other people's stuff without asking. I learned this the hard way. There was a time when I thought I was helping by clearing out some of my husband's old t-shirts. You know, the ones that he never wore but refused to part with. Those concert t-shirts from when he was in his 20s. Let's just say it didn't go over well. The truth is, decluttering other people's belongings without their input is a fast way to start an argument. Instead, focus on leading by example. Work on your own spaces first. Your closet, your desk, your areas of the home. When others in the family see the results and the calm that comes with it, they might be more likely to jump on board. If you do need to tackle shared spaces, Try to make it a team effort so that everyone has a say in what stays and what goes. Mistake number 5 is tackling too much at once. Raise your hand if you've ever started decluttering a whole room and gotten overwhelmed and then just shoved everything back where it was because it was just too much and decided to just sit on the couch and watch a show. Yeah, that's me too. The problem with tackling too much at once is that it's exhausting and it's easy to lose steam before you're done. So here's what works instead. Again, we're starting small. Pick one manageable area, a drawer, a single shelf, or even just your nightstand. Focus on completing that one space before you move on. The small wins are going to build momentum, and before you know it, you're going to have tackled so much more than you thought possible without the overwhelm. Mistake number 6 I see people making is holding on to the just-in-case items. This is a big one. How many times have you held on to something because you might need it someday? For me, it was an ice cream maker that I used exactly once in 5 years. It just sat there taking up valuable space because I thought, what if I want ice cream one day? What if I want healthy homemade ice cream? Spoiler alert, I didn't. Here's the truth. If you haven't used something in the past year, chances are you're not going to use it. And if you do need it, you can always borrow it. Or if it's that important, you can replace it down the line. Letting go of these just-in-case items is going to free up so much space, not just physically, but mentally too. Mistake number 7 is ignoring the invisible clutter. Now this one's sneaky. Invisible clutter is the stuff you stop noticing because you see it every day. For me, it was the pile of unopened mail on the counter and the random cords in my junk drawer. These little things don't seem like a big deal, but they add up and create a sense of chaos. The fix is to make it a habit to address these areas regularly. Spend 10 minutes once a week going through those sneaky spots. Your kitchen counter, the junk drawer, or even your car. That can really start to build up clutter. You'll be amazed at how much lighter your home is going to feel when you take care of the clutter you didn't even realize was there. Our final mistake, mistake number 8, is not having a maintenance plan. Decluttering isn't a one and done task. It's like laundry. It just keeps coming back. Without a plan to maintain your progress, it's easy for clutter to creep back in and undo all of that hard work. So here's what I do. Once a month, I do a quick declutter sweep. I go through my most used spaces, like the kitchen, my closet, and the entryway, and remove anything that doesn't belong. It's a small time investment that keeps things under control and makes decluttering feel less overwhelming in the long run. So there you have it, the 8 decluttering mistakes you're probably making and how you can fix them. Remember, decluttering is a journey, not a destination. Doesn't that sound woo-woo? But it's true. The key is progress, not perfection. And if you found this helpful and want to learn more, check out this video where I'll show you how to declutter your home quickly without feeling overwhelmed.